Have you ever wondered why school taught you about historical dates and complex math, but never about how money actually works? You're not alone. For years, we've been handed a rulebook that's missing the most important chapter: personal finance. We leave school knowing how to solve for X, but not how to make our money work for us. The bell rings, the classroom empties, and we step into a world where financial literacy isn't a bonus, it's a survival skill. We're taught to get a good job and earn a salary, but the real game of money begins after the paycheck hits your account. What if I told you the traditional path isn't the only one? That the secrets to building wealth are simpler than you think, but they're hidden in plain sight? Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. Cashflow Academy Hub does not provide financial or investment advice. So, let's start with the basics, the cycle most of us are trapped in. You get your salary. Great. That number in your bank account feels good for a moment. But then, the outflow begins. Rent or mortgage, utility bills, car payments, groceries, subscriptions, the list goes on. This is the classic money flow: earn, spend, repeat. It's a treadmill. You work hard to pour money into a bucket, but the bucket is full of holes. For many, by the end of the month, there's little to nothing left. This cycle keeps you running in place, working for money, but your money isn't working for you. It's a stressful, paycheck-to-paycheck existence that schools never prepared us for. Breaking free from this cycle starts with understanding that your income is just the starting point, not the destination. The real magic happens with what you do with the money after you've earned it. Now, let's add another invisible force into the mix: inflation. Imagine you have $100 today. You can buy a certain amount of goods with it. But a year from now, that same $100 buys less. And 10 years from now, significantly less. This isn't a magic trick, it's inflation. It's the silent thief that slowly erodes the value of your cash. Think of it like an ice cube melting on a warm day. If you just leave your savings sitting in a standard bank account, inflation is constantly chipping away at its purchasing power. So, while you think your money is safe, it's actually losing value every single day. This is a critical concept that's often overlooked. Saving money is important, but if your savings aren't growing at a rate that's at least equal to inflation, you're technically getting poorer over time. The system is designed this way. Understanding this is the first step to beating it. You can't just save your way to wealth. You have to outpace inflation. So how do you do that? This brings us to the most powerful financial lesson you'll ever learn: the difference between assets and liabilities. It's a simple concept, but it's the foundation of all wealth. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket. Think of your car payment, your credit card debt, even the fancy new phone you're paying off in installments. These things cost you money regularly. An asset, on the other hand, is anything that puts money into your pocket. Assets generate income. This could be a rental property that pays you rent each month, stocks that pay you dividends, or a business that generates profit. The poor and middle class tend to accumulate liabilities they think are assets. They buy bigger houses and fancier cars, which just increases their expenses. The rich, however, focus on acquiring assets. They use their income to buy things that will generate more income. See the difference? One path leads to a lifetime of payments and debt. The other leads to financial freedom. The goal is to make the money from your assets cover all your expenses. Once you achieve that, you're no longer dependent on a job. You've escaped the treadmill. Your money is now working for you, 24/7, even while you sleep. This shift in mindset from buying liabilities to acquiring assets is the core secret. It's about changing your financial habits. Instead of thinking, "What can I buy with this money?" start asking, "How can I use this money to buy or create an asset that will pay me in the future?" This doesn't mean you can never buy nice things. It just means you should let your assets buy them for you. Let's say you want a new car. The traditional way is to take out a loan, creating a liability. The wealthy mindset is to first buy an asset, say, some dividend-paying stocks, that generates enough passive income to cover the car payment. The asset pays for the liability. You get the car, but you also have a new income stream. This is how you build a powerful, self-sustaining financial engine. It's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep and, more importantly, how hard that kept money works for you. Start small. Even a tiny investment in an asset is a step in the right direction. It's about building the habit. Now, let's talk about the engine that makes your assets grow: compound interest. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it. Compounding is simply your money earning money, and then that new money also earning money. It creates a snowball effect. At first, the growth is slow, almost unnoticeable. You invest $100, and the next year it might be 108. Big deal, right? But over time, the magic happens. That $108 earns interest, and then the new total earns even more. After 10, 20, or 30 years, the growth becomes exponential. That's why starting early is so powerful. Someone who starts investing in their 20s with small amounts can easily end up with more money than someone who starts in their 40s with much larger amounts. Time is your greatest ally when it comes to building wealth. The charts don't lie. A steady, consistent investment strategy over a long period almost always wins. It's not about timing the market or finding the next get-rich-quick scheme. It's about time in the market. It's about patience, discipline, and letting the miracle of compounding do the heavy lifting for you. Putting it all together, the path to financial well-being isn't a complex, secret formula. It's a series of simple, actionable steps that anyone can follow. First, understand the game. Know that your paycheck is just the beginning and that inflation is always working against your idle cash. Second, change your focus. Stop collecting liabilities and start acquiring assets. Make it your mission to buy things that pay you. Use your income to build a portfolio of assets that generate passive income. Third, unleash the power of compounding. Start investing as early as you can, be consistent, and let time do its work. It's a marathon, not a sprint. This isn't about becoming a millionaire overnight. It's about building a secure, stable financial future where you are in control. It's about having options, freedom, and peace of mind. The financial system might seem rigged against the average person, but once you understand these rules, you can start playing the game to your advantage. You can build a system where your money works tirelessly for you, creating a life of abundance and choice, a life that school never taught you was possible. Let's recap the real rules of money. Rule 1. Don't just work for money. Make your money work for you. Rule 2. Understand the difference between an asset that feeds you and a liability that eats your money. Prioritize buying assets. Rule 3. Use the power of time and compounding to grow your wealth exponentially. Start now, no matter how small. And finally, the most important rule, educate yourself continuously. The world of finance is always changing, but the fundamental principles of wealth creation remain the same. The journey to financial literacy is a personal one, and it starts with the decision to learn what school didn't teach you. You have the power to rewrite your financial story. It begins today. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. Cashflow Academy Hub does not provide financial or investment advice. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about how to manage your money and build real wealth, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join us at Cashflow Academy Hub for simple money education that makes a real difference. See you in the next video.